going, guys? My name's Timmy Joe, making videos about computer parts. Is that what this is? All up on the internet. I mean, it looks the part. It kind of looks like a video card, but I don't know of many video cards I can look through, I can see through. But, I mean, it's got RGB, so it must be good, right? Must go real fast. It must give you FPS. Ouch, I just touched the fan. My name's Timmy Joe. This is the kind of weird stuff we cover here on the channel. Watch through the video, hit the like button, subscribe, all that YouTube junk, because I need your help. My views are down. It's self-serving. It's just the way it is. Cue up an intro, and when we get back, I'm going to put this thing through its paces. Or I'm going to use it to blow dry my hair. I'm not sure. My name's Timmy Joe. Cue up the intro and we'll be right back. The Pure Base 500DX by Be Quiet is optimized for high cooling performance and is designed for those who seek low noise and high airflow all in one budget-friendly chassis. The high airflow mesh intake allows the three included Pure Wings 2 140mm fans to silently cool your PC components, while the ARGB light strips at the front and interior of the case give your build that look you've been looking for. More information on the Pure Base 500DX in the description, and thanks to Be Quiet for sponsoring this video. All kidding aside, seriously, can you please watch the dang video? I mean, I love you guys, but my views are down, and it's all because I haven't been uploading lately. So this is the kind of stuff I like doing on the channel. I saw this on Amazon. It was 50 Canadian dollars I wasted on this. I could have bought a real video card for 50 freaking dollars that would do more than this thing. But I did it for you. So watch the video or whatever. Turn it off. I don't care. So anyways, we're here with the Anides. Anides, never heard of it. RGB VGA cooler, offering lighting and cooling for your graphics card. Parallel or vertical cooling down graphics card directly with graphics card directly with 3 high airflow RGB fans. Sturdy metal with aluminum brush with PCI mount designed for easy installation. I'm going to tell you right now, the only fucking metal that's on here is the end bracket here. All the rest is definitely plastic. So they're lying already. 80mm dual ring RGB fans times 3, 12 independent RGB LED everyday split between different lighting groups, rainbow and static colors. It definitely does all that crap. RGB, there you go. It does all that kind of stuff. There we go. And what else does it do? PWM fan control allows for dynamic speed adjustment between 600 and 1200 RPM. It gets very loud for 1200 RPM, but there's a remote included, and you turn it up. Watch this. That's how loud it is on low. Ooh. So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty loud for 1200 RPM. So it's literally just like a fake graphics card that's supposed to cool your actual graphics card down. And like I say, I've seen these before on eBay. I was gonna buy some before, but they were like really old products that like you could tell were from the mid 2000s era. This thing here is obviously designed very recently with all of its amazing RGB. The RGB on here is ridiculous, but speaking of which, you can plug it into a 3-pin header on your motherboard if you care to do that. Or if you want to plug in to get PWM control on your motherboard, there is a header for that. But thankfully, it's just a remote. If you want to do everything manually yourself. What was in the box? A bag, a box, and a manual. And the remote, obviously. And the manual only talks about how to interface the lights. There is no installation or expected reduction in temperature for your graphics card. I've never heard of this company before, but if you check them out, apparently they make other products. Case fans, Raspberry Pi cases, PC cases, Bagel Bone Black case, toolkits, and this RGB cooler. Interesting stuff. Never heard of this company before. They're getting a shout out today, I tell you what. So if I go ahead and show you, I ran a time spy stress test. We were at 80 degrees for the last leg of the journey here. And I set this overclocked 2080 Ti to 90 plus on the core clock, and it's just my normal overclock here, but I put the fan speed, I locked it in at 27%, and if we go down here and we look up fan speed percent, fan tachometer, we'll see that we're at 1480 some RPM on the fans on my graphics card in here the whole time, when they'll go up to 2000. So because it was limited like that, we see here that the core clock, well, it stayed the same, so there wasn't really any throttling. It was 1888 pretty much the whole time. But if we go and check, temperature 80 degrees, we have a control here because I locked the fan speed, the core clock, all that stuff. What we're looking to do here is, it actually didn't pass the time spy stress test here because of that locked 1500, speed. Usually it'll stay around 75, the fans will wrap up, and it's not a very loud card. But it didn't pass, and I believe you need to get 97 to pass. And all I'm expecting this thing to do, or hoping it will do, is if I stick it in there, I already made sure it fit, and I fire on full blast, which, again, kind of audible, can I get a reduction in temperature and actually pass the time spy stress test with these options I have selected? So all it's got to do is basically, I don't know, bring it down a degree or two, throughout some of the test, and it will, it'll pass, and I will give this a passing grade. As we will see, it looks really funny when it's installed, and none of the RGB is visible, so it's not even like it's really an aesthetic thing. It's also very long and big, so it's going to cover this. It's going to perfectly match where the fans are on the card that's in there. It does take up a lot of space. And then what's cool about this whole situation, this has mesh, this Lian Li case, the Land Cool mesh. It has mesh here. So this can pull air through this vent and through these vents right here to hopefully provide some supplemental cooling closer to where it's inletting from. But this isn't a very hot case for graphics cards as it is because of all this mesh that's going on here. So this, we'll see. Can it bring it under 80 degrees? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and install it, and we're going to find out. Is this thing like total snake oil, or am I missing something? And this is actually a pretty cool thing. It literally slots in to your PCIe slot. So you got to make sure you have the room for it on your motherboard too, which is not going to be very many situations. Any MATX or ITX, totally out of the question for this thing. I'll go ahead and install it, and then we'll check it out. So we passed with 97.2. I think there might be more of an, well, the card is overclocked. I mean, we should be getting like 99% here, but it passed. It did not fail. And if we go and check out the temperatures, pause this, we were at max 76 before we were hitting 80. That's not bad. What about core clock? We got 1850. Yeah, so core clock was pretty much the same, maybe a little bit higher even near the end there, but yeah, it reduced the temperatures by 4 or 5 degrees and passed the test. And I believe that's because, it's blowing my mind that this thing actually did something here, but it's because the mesh here, and there's mesh in the basement. A lot of computers, this is sealed off, the basement's sealed off, and you don't get that, you get like more of a sealed nature, where this thing's very meshy, very open. So I think it's helping out, but it worked. So I'm going to go ahead and just run the test one more time with and without, but with the card just set to defaults, and see, is there any real benefit to this? Well, you know what? I'm not even going to run it, because here's my reasoning behind that. I could go and see, like, is this going to reduce my GPU temperatures, if I'm just running the card regular or maybe a little bit overclocked. But there's no way that with the noise this thing's making, it's pretty loud. Watch. And that's turning it down to 0. There's no way that with the noise and the little fans and the higher pitch, that it wouldn't be just better to go in MSI Afterburner and change your fan speed or your fan curve so that your card runs at a higher RPM. thus creating the exact same effect. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, not to say that this thing is totally, totally useless, because I bought it selfishly. We'll take this out here. I mean, it's not plugged into the computer technically, so I mean, I can just yank it out while it's running. There we go. Not to say that it's totally useless, because my idea for buying it and not wasting the $50 is, well, number one, I'm gonna get to make a YouTube video, and hopefully that video recoups my costs. But at this point, probably not, the way my views have been going. But what I thought was, if I'm going to do any overclocking on a card, and I want to use that NZXT bracket with an AIO, or I want to retrofit an AIO to a card where you're not going to get a lot of memory cooling and VRM cooling, this thing would come in like real handy for those situations where you want to like break some records, put an AIO on a 3080 or a 3070, and you put an AIO on it, and then you put this thing under there, and it's going to provide supplemental cooling to all the VRM and the memory components. It would be a cool, helpful tool for that specific situation. The only other situation I could think of is this isn't going to work with a blower card. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it'll get more air towards the card, but the blower, the whole idea of a blower is it's got an essential air at the back. It's blowing it out the back. Maybe this would do like 1 degree or something like that. I don't see it helping very much. But if you have like an anemic, there are like R9 390Xs out there with crappy coolers that, get to 90 degrees. And I'm thinking of like some Gigabyte G1 gaming ones and stuff like that. If you have like a really thin card, that's got a really hot GPU, and you want to get some reduction in temperature, but you don't want to replace the whole cooler, some really low-end version of a card, maybe this thing will help. But like, I'm sure it's not that expensive. American, it's probably $30 or something like that. But for $30 or $50 Canadian, is it really worth it? You should have just spent that money on the better card. And I know there are situations where you're going to get a good deal on a used card or something like that. Maybe this will help fix something up. But, okay, what's the other argument? The aesthetics. I mean, the manual only talks about the RGB. It does not talk about any, cooling benefits or how to install it for good cooling or anything like that. All it talks about is the RGB. Is there any, an aesthetic reason to have this in your case? I actually thought it looked pretty damn cool set up in there. And it might be a conversation piece. What is that weird blower thing underneath it? Yeah, it's kind of useless, but I mean, it covers up the bottom part of my motherboard where you see all the connections and stuff for your, your audio and your USB headers. I don't know, maybe it cleans up the look of your computer a little bit. Does it? Probably not. So I believe this thing is kind of a farce, but I will walk away from it saying that it's a little more useful and effective than I thought it was going to be. I don't think you should buy one, although if you do want to buy one, links are in the description to Amazon. Use my affiliate link. Really, there are a handful of situations that this thing, really it's just there to be a weird accessory you might see on Amazon. And, is there really any aesthetic benefit? Kinda, not really. Is there really any functional benefit? In a very limited number of situations. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter. This has been the Anides AI graphics card. It's called an AI graphics card cooler on the manual. AI. They probably didn't put that on the website because there's no artificial intelligence here. There's no intelligence at all. So before we go here, on a serious note, you'll notice I haven't been uploading as much lately. And, I mean, this is the kind of fun stuff I like to play around with. Weird stuff. I like to overclock. I haven't been doing any of that lately. I like, the weird stuff of computers, the old stuff. And, frankly, I've just been kind of really busy outside of the YouTube stuff, but that's no excuse. I mean, I should be concentrating on my YouTube channel. I do want to continue. I do want to, keep this going. I want to reach, 300,000 subscribers someday. I want to reach 500,000 subscribers someday. Those are goals, but I will admit, since COVID happened, I've been, a big lump. I have been pretty depressed. and I found it very hard to get back on the train. When COVID started, I was in my house, and my kid came home from school, and like many of you out there, I had to deal with a child being home and try and work, and really started to fizzle out then. Then I got the new office, and things began to pick up a little bit of steam. And then, if I'm honest, just the whole climate right now is kind of, I don't know, it's really bringing me down. First off, I wanted to buy a 10900K. It was nearly impossible. A new product that launched. As a lower end YouTuber, I don't get those things for review, so it's kind of annoying. So there was the whole business with that and getting this up and going. And, then the NVIDIA launches these cards and no one can buy them. It's all people are making videos about, but I can't do it because I can't buy one. And, I mean, I don't know why people are watching them, because if you can't buy a 3080, why are you so interested in it? I don't know. I guess there's some level of unicorn, wish I could have it, mentality there, and you're watching your favorite YouTubers overclock these things and stuff like that. But personally, I just feel depressed that they launched these cards and you can't even get them. And like, why did they do it in the first place? Intel did the same thing. Prices are higher than ever because of the COVID situation and stuff like that. And that's made it kind of like, I don't feel like going and making a budget computer, right now, because no one's got a lot of money. And, you might be watching, trying to build a computer, or, but you probably don't have the money for it right now. It kind of sucks. So I need to get past all this because, I got my white privilege over here, just like, I'm crying the blues that I'm depressed about making videos on the internet when I'm one of the luckiest people, top, 5% of lucky people. I live in Canada. Things aren't so bad around here for a lot of reasons. And, so what, the tech space is kind of, a little bit toxic right now with products you can't buy and prices are really high. But, we got to work our ways around it and buy the $50 VGA cooler weirdo things and make videos on the internet. So I'd appreciate it if you give me a second chance over the next little bit. I'm going to try and upload 3-4 videos a week. I'm not going to say definitely which days, because my other job, which is I have IT clients in my hometown, and they've been keeping me very busy lately. I was setting up different things. I got to work around that, but I want to get back into making the huge videos. There's a 30 series card sitting over there. I don't have drivers for. Hopefully Lord Jensen provides me with some. But I should have day one coverage for that, which is super, super cool. And I've got a whole laundry list of video ideas and parts I've been buying and accumulating for different videos that aren't just product reviews and stuff like that. So if you could, watch my videos when you see them and actively try and watch more than, 2 minutes of it and hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. But I realize I've got to be entertaining and I've got to, make videos, and the views and, getting back, the channel back in the right direction will be on me to do the good content to get you guys to watch. So thanks very much for watching this weirdo Adidas VGA cooler. It looks just stunning, I gotta say. It looks totally amazing. Here, we'll hook it up. It looks totally amazing, and it just cools me while I make videos on the internet. I should just have it secure it right here, and it'll cool me while I'm making videos. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant. I've been kind of depressio lately, and I bet a lot of you out there are and can relate. And sometimes we just need to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off and point things in the right direction and put some hard work and elbow grease into it. And hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have some really good news about some other stuff, and that'll help everyone's, hopefully. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. So I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button, all that YouTube crap. Watch my videos if you love me, and I'll try and make a lot more awesome videos like this one for you. Have a good day.